friends at home. In this video, I am going to show you how to make your Advent wreath. As you know, we are in the season of Advent right now. Advent is a time when we are preparing our hearts and our minds, getting ready for the birth of baby Jesus. And an Advent wreath is a great way to help us count down the days until Jesus is born. Hands down, please. Now, if you are working at home, in your folder, you will find all of these pieces paper clipped together. If you are here in the classroom, I will pass these pieces out to you after I explain what we're doing, okay? So this is kind of a fun activity where you get to practice tearing and pasting and tearing and pasting. So you'll need a glue stick for this activity, and you will need the paper that is attached to your wreath. Now the first thing I do is always the same. Take out my pencil and write down my name. You want to make sure you write your name somewhere that it's visible so that we can see whose wreath is whose, okay? So don't write it on the wreath because then it's going to get covered up when we decorate it. So I'm going to put my name right up here at the top. This way, everyone that sees it will know that this is my Advent wreath, and this is helping me count down the days till Jesus' birthday. God bless you. God bless you. Now, the first thing that I am going to do is make 3 of my candles purple. Remember, the first week is purple. God bless you. The second week is purple. The third week is pink. And then the fourth week is purple. So I'm going to start with my purple paper. And this is how you decorate your wreath. You're going to take your paper and you're going to tear little pieces. Not so itty-bitty that we can hardly see them, but not so big that you're gluing a whole piece of paper on one candle. Then you'll take your glue stick and you're going to put some glue on your candle, kind of like you're coloring, only instead of using a crayon, you're using your glue stick. And you only do little sections at a time, because if you do too much, the glue will dry before you get it all done. And then you just keep tearing little pieces and sticking them on to the glue. And then when you get to the point where, okay, I've covered up all the glue, take your glue stick, color some more, kind of like a crayon, and then tear and stick. And it doesn't matter if you go out of the lines a little bit, but you want to try to keep it in the shape of the rectangle for the candle, okay? You don't want to go too far over the lines, okay? So you'll keep going, and again, each time you fill up a section, color a little bit more. You're coloring it like a crayon, little sections at a time, so that we don't have the glue dry up before we get done, and you just keep tearing and sticking. Now, you might not use every single bit of the paper that I give to you. Mrs. Hatkoff and I, when we were doing it, she made a couple samples, which I'll show you in a minute. And she had some left over. So if you have some paper left over, that's okay. We can recycle it. But you do want to go through and use as much as you need to fill up your space. Now, I'm not going to sit here and make you watch me do the whole thing. I think you get the idea of how to do this, okay? So you just keep tearing and sticking until you get the whole candle filled up. Now, once you have this candle in purple, then you'll do your next candle in purple. And then you'll do your last candle over here in purple. You don't want to have a lot of white space showing, okay? Just like when we color. I'll show you down here what you don't want to do. Let's pretend I was filling this section in. You don't want to go like this and just put the paper like this, because what will happen when that glue dries, you'll see in a minute, as the glue dries up, you'll see all that white. And you don't want to see a lot of white. You want it to be a purple candle. So this one gets purple, this one gets purple, this one gets pink. So you'll do the same thing for the pink candle, except this time, instead of tearing your purple paper, you'll be tearing and sticking your pink paper, because there's 3 purple and 1 pink. And again, you want to try to get as close to the edges as you can, but you don't want to go over the edges too much, because you want to be able to see the shape of the candle. So you just keep going until you get this whole candle, this whole candle, this whole candle, this whole candle. Once you have the candles done, then you do the green. And the reason that we do the green last is because your green can overlap the candles a little bit, and it's okay. So when you go to do the green, this whole circle gets green. But when you put the paper on, because the green is supposed to look like the branches of a wreath or a tree, it's okay if they hang over the candles a little bit. So that's why we do them last, okay? And you'll fill this whole space with green. Now I'm going to show you the sample that Mrs. Hatkoff made, so you can see what it will look like when it's all done. Doesn't that look lovely?
Yeah.
Now, if you are a friend at home, you have 4 pieces of tissue to light your candles. If you are a friend in the classroom, you will get 1 today, because it's the first week of Advent, and then we will add 1 each week until Christmas. At home, you can hold on to yours and add 1 each week until Christmas as well. So, it is the first week of Advent. So I'm going to put some some glue on my first candle flame. And then you take your tissue, and if you kind of fold it in half like this and squish it a little bit, then when you stick it on, it looks like a beautiful flame. Okay? And then you'll have 3 other tissues that you can put on the 3 other candles as we prepare for Advent. Now, friends at home, I encourage you to hang these up somewhere in your house and use this over the next few weeks as we get our hearts ready for the birth of baby Jesus. Use this to help you count down the time until Jesus is born. Have fun with this, and I can't wait to see the pictures you upload when you're done. Bye, friends at home.
Bye.